Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Zane, and normally this would be a Zane's Interview. If anybody's ever seen my channel, I usually have off-topic reviews on different things other than wrestling. Now I was flipping through and I watched the Hodge Twins and several other different shows just to understand what's going on next to what's going on in the media. And I saw them doing their reaction to what happened in Atlanta. And what happened simply is that it looks like it's possibly some type of mall or something. And this woman with about maybe 5 or 6 kids is being ejected by a security guard. And this woman's basically acting like she got no damn brain in her head. Now, from what I can see from the video, later in the video, the father of the kids comes out after the woman gets tased. Now let me back up a little bit. This is what I could see. It seems that the woman was having altercation with the security guard. And the problem here is this. Because this woman had been ejected, instead of just waiting for her husband or her man who seemed to be inside the store, and instead of just calling him on a cell phone if she had one, she starts cursing at the guard. Then her kids start calling the guard gay. And then when he's telling her he's basically saying, back the hell up. Simply just back up, get out of my face. He didn't try to harm the woman. He's just telling her to stay out of the store. And not only is he being cursed at by her, he's being cursed at by her little kids. And then eventually he has to push her back. She starts hitting him. I can see one of her kids screaming for his mommy, who literally starts to fight because she gets so close to the man's face that he's warning her, if you don't stay back, I'm going to tase you. She gets her ass tased. You can see her flat hit the floor, frozen like this, for at least about 10 seconds before she reacts again and then pulls the barbs out of her arm. And then the bastard who's the father of her kids, I'm going to stay back. I'm going to say the bitch who is the father of her kids, who could have came out over 20 minutes ago where everybody could be hearing that she's cursing at this man. His kids are insulting this man. Then he tases her. In less than about 10 to 20 seconds, he comes out and saying, what are you doing? That's the mother of my kids. Where the hell has this man been for the last 20 minutes? Where? And then he's saying, don't worry, I'm coming to get you. You know what time it is. I'm coming to get. This is why I've said it before. If anyone ever sees my Zane Interview, how black people act stupid for the simple fact they don't understand nothing. The only thing to understand is how to insult one another and how to disrespect one another and call each other nigger. This is the most stupidest thing you can see. This attitude is the most stupidest thing you can see. When they say ghetto, and they say basically, as the Hodge Twins say, and basically hood rat, and he's right. And it's shameful. Black people don't get it yet. They need to change their attitude. They need to change. I'm part black. If I don't look black, I am part black. My mama was a mixed black woman. And one thing that she taught me, if there's only one drop of black blood in you, black. She's right about that. I am black. But there's one problem here. Being black does not mean you have to act unlike a person, a human being. You know, if Martin Luther King was right now alive, he'd be ashamed of black people. You know why? Because he died for you. He died for me. And a whole bunch of thousands of other people who were white, who were black, and any other race was fighting for you not to drink out of one type of water fountain that said damn colored. As far as back in the 50s and 40s and 30s were concerned, black people were considered totally, completely, one, ignorant, and two, inferior genetically. That's what they were considered. When you see this video, you gotta agree with them. Because this is the most stupidest thing you can think. If you are a person, You have to have a certain attitude. I know in all races, there's always going to be ignorance. There's always going to be racism. There's always going to be prejudice. But that went beyond being prejudiced, beyond being ignorant, and beyond being racist. It had. It wasn't just all of them. There was one step more. One step. And you know what it was? No identity. That's not showing that you're black, being that ignorant, that prejudice, that racist. It shows that you don't care about community. You don't care about being person. You don't care about your fellow man or woman. Or the kids. Those kids were calling that man gay. And instead of that woman saying, don't say that, this is my fight with this man, she let them do it. She didn't even care about how she was raising her kids. And I'm sure more than a few people, if they see this video, are going to say, dude, you don't know shit. Do I now? I'm a mixed black man who lives in New York City, who most of the time is not liked by Spanish people because I don't speak Spanish. In most cases are not liked by black people because they think I want to be a black man. When I am black, mixed black, and I say clearly as I am. And I'm sure people are going to say that's the reason why, because you don't want to be black. I'm black, Native American, Chinese, and Puerto Rican. I'm proud of my heritage. And this is where a problem comes down for most of the people of this country who are black and mixed. They either got to be black or they're nothing. Or they got to be the other race. They can't be mixed. And anyone who is pure black, who is Afro-American, we know that you're mixed because you're not pure African. You don't want to be a person. I'm going to say this clearly. That woman showed she didn't want to be a person. A person that ignorant, that racist, and that foolish didn't want to be a person. You know why I called her racist? Because she said, hey, you fucking nigga. That word meant inferior over 100 years ago. Hearing black people call themselves that in rap and basing in the streets shows that you have no identity. If you did, you wouldn't be calling yourself fucking niggas or nigga. I don't call that myself. I don't call that myself. I know that sounds weird saying myself. I don't call that nigga. This body. This. And what's in here? I'm a person. I don't call myself nigger. I call myself human. I'm a human being. I'm not subhuman. I'm hoping someone who watches this and they see this bit of a rant will see that what they just viewed may be funny to most because you see how stupid and ignorant the woman is. It's sad and it's shameful for this race of being Afro-American or African-American, no matter what you want to call it, having dark skin. When you see someone like that, you should be pitying them because they haven't learned anything. Because whatever she did to get herself thrown out of that mall or that store, and her man, probably less than a few seconds away, who could have spoke to the security guard and said, dude, it's all right, I'll calm my woman down. Didn't do that. He let his woman argue with this man for over 20 minutes. I saw the entire video. The only thing this woman did with another woman by her side, either her relative or her friend, was arguing with this man, cursing this man out, and then her own kids cursing him out, saying you're gay. And the father of her kids was less than a few seconds away and could have done something over 20 minutes ago and didn't diffuse it, didn't squash it, and say, dude, I will deal with this. His woman is making a scene and embarrassing his ass. This shows this man isn't even a man. Because if he was a man, he would have handled his business and told his woman to stop. This shows how sad this is about being black. Because if you're not willing to stop an argument, if you're not willing to act appropriately, and you're not willing to teach your kids how not to act inappropriately, and you get yourself tased by a reputable security guard, because he was allowed to carry a taser. That shows that people have not progressed at all in the last 60 years. And I suggest anyone who is black or mixed black like myself, no matter if it's biracial or multiracial, should really evaluate yourself. I'm not putting anyone down here, but I am trying to say this. Seeing that might be funny, and it was funny to see how ignorant she was, but it's sad. You gotta admit that needed something better than a tasing, and then a husband or a father or whatever saying, I'm gonna get you later, dude, instead of him 23 minutes before, within a few seconds of the argument, say, dude, it's all right, look, leave my woman alone, I'll calm her down and we'll leave. The man didn't do shit. That shows that he didn't want to do his job as a man. She didn't want to do her job as a woman and a mother. And both of them didn't want to do anything as parents for their kids. And this is how I feel about it. Leave a comment below how you feel. Now, you know what? I could say this is another Zane's view, but I don't even feel like this is even Zane. No, I'm going to put this in Zane's view because this is in Zane's other view. And if you look at my channel, you're going to see mainly wrestling. But from time to time, I do this. And in this case, this is upsetting to see. Yeah, it was funny, but it was upsetting to see how bad this went down. Leave a comment below how you feel. If you want to subscribe, I'll be very happy. I'll be glad for a comment. And like I said, I'm not trying to insult anybody in this, but I am going to say what it is. You have two people that just didn't represent their race properly, didn't represent their community properly, and didn't represent as parents properly. Give me a thought. Have a good day.